Hi there, and welcome. I'm going to be doing my daily update. First, I wanted to show you a quick picture that I saw online on ImageGo, which is a popular community with random pictures. I'm sure most of you know. Um, I saw this posted today, and I find it absolutely amazing. Uh, I don't know too much about the story behind it, but this little kid is playing full adults against fully grown adults in chess games, and this kid actually won. And he was drawing all these crowds of people watching him play. And most uh, under 18s and under 12s are astonished. Well, they're mostly intimidated when they come to play adults, but in truth, the grown-ups are more intimidated of children because of stuff like this. There's more pressure on them if they start losing. They know they're going to attract um, they're going to attract attention, and they actually get offended if they actually lose because they figure um, that they should be better than a kid. That's not always the case. And this is basically how I got my introduction to my chess club back in England. I was 12 years old. They had a community festival at the high school. I sat down at the tent and I was playing these gentlemen, like 72 years of age and more, and I was able to hold my own. I mean, I didn't win, but it was more than enough to impress them. And I did have several people come up behind me watching, like wondering if I won or, they expected me to get crushed, but they saw that I was able to hold against my own. And I know I have my brother to thank me for that because he originally played for the club, and then when he was younger, then took a break, and then the fact that I got back into the club, and then he got back into it as well. And it's all because of something like this. Um, you can have a chessboard in a public park, and people will come down to play. Uh, that's one of the amazing things about the game of chess. Hi, Fifi. My cat just came. So the thing, the whole point of this is, I don't want kids. Like, if you're 9 years old or 12 watching these videos, don't ever get intimidated when you have to play adults or grown-ups, because they're more scared of you than you are of them. Because there's more pressure on them. If they lose, they can get offended a little bit because they think, and justly so, that they've been around longer, they should have more experience than you, and by book logic, they should win every time over you. But that's not always the case. There's these little champions that know and really are good at chess, and all it takes is practice. And this could be you, no matter what age you are. But if you're 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, doesn't matter. You could be joining these crowds too. Okay, so let's start my games. We've got currently 9 waiting for me. Okay, so against Jonah, we saw I was playing against yesterday. He pushed his pawn up to block the check. Now, let's see what I can do. I could take pawn. With pawn, he takes d5. He could reply with knight takes pawn. Nothing really much happens. He could take queen back and attack my queen. I would have to push the pawn up, or move, or exchange queens. Now, one thing I could do is push the pawn up here and attack his knight. If he takes the pawn with his other knight, my knight would come back and recapture and give check. And then I would recapture this pawn, supporting the knight. If he didn't take, let's see, if I push the pawn up he's going to put his knight to e4 on a really strong square. So right now let's have a look. So let's have a look to see what I'm doing. Right now, I think the best move I have is pawn takes pawn on d4. He's gonna do this because it's a great move. King's exposed a little bit, but I don't have anything to threaten him with. Not too much at this point. Now I could push his knight away with either knight here or knight here. He would just take. I would take back. Here he could give check then, so if he does this, I do that. Queen here check. Knight here. He takes. Queen takes check, and I run the knight back. So I'm just still a piece down, but he would have to move. He would have to move his king out the way, so like here, or so. If he did that, I could just take back like this. But that's dangerous because as soon as he does this, he's fought my queen against my king, and I would have to take back, which I don't want to do because I'm a piece behind. You don't want to exchange your pieces. If you're a piece behind, exchange pawns but not pieces. So that's kind of a dangerous thing. So if he goes there, I would have to take back with a pawn. Then he would. Bishop goes here. I could either capture the pawn on b7, but that's not going to do much. So queen here, check. Oh no, I don't even have to do that. I can do bishop here, check. Then he would have to go here. Queen here, check. Trouble is now, when he moves the king either square, either to g8 or g6, because the other way is blocked off, I'm going to have to take, he takes there, on back to here. He could do this. More likely he's going to do this to get control of the open file. Then I'm going to have to castle. So let's go back. Now if knight takes pawn, knight takes knight, pawn takes pawn, then he comes here. Check. Okay, so I can't really do that either. I think I really have to take this pawn. And then he's going to be forced to do something about it. So that's what I'm going to do. Even though he has doubled up pawns. Now which pawn? We saw what would happen if I take that pawn first. So let's go ahead and do this. No, let's, before I jump ahead, let's go this. And anticipate that best. Because he's a piece ahead, he can afford to exchange pieces. If I go queen and exchange all the other pieces, he's going to be a piece up. He's going to have the advantage. So this next, he can go here, check, and I'm messed up on castling. This pawn, yeah, I can't do that. If I take the pawn on d5, I'm gonna lose. I mean, like, if I take the pawn like that, I'm gonna lose. Okay, so let's just do this. That's what we saw going through everything. Okay, so next game was Jonah. He was in check and he moved back. Okay, so if pawn takes pawn, queen can take, and we're back into the same situation. So let's do this. To create confusion. I have one piece attacking. He has 1, 2, 3 attacking this, 1, 2. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Okay, now with this guy, see what I was saying about this? They're going to do queen c2, bishop d3, and try to attack the h7 pawn. Now the attack with white is greatly strengthened if he can get the knight to e5. But to block this, knight to e4 blocks everything. He's not going to want to take because I'll take back. He can't recapture the knight because it's pinned against the pinned against the king. Even if he castles now, I'm still going to take that knight. Okay, so he went back there like I anticipated. I knew he wasn't going to go back to g8. That was just too dangerous. So let's go here. Okay, be right back. Okay, so let's see what we did. Okay, so I pushed that pawn up to give check. And he's pushed his king back. Okay. I'm starting to smell this. Pardon me. His king is stuck so far in the open that I should be able to kill the king. bishops there is attacked but protected by the queen. Okay, another lesson, quick lesson I can show you. With a running king, like the kings in the open, it's going to take 3 pieces to catch a running king. Because there's always going to be a square. So this is my 1 piece. So I'm going to need another. It takes a good combination of pieces to capture and kill the king. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go knight here. Threaten the pawn on e5. Check. He's not going to be able to take because the pawn's pinned against the king with my queen. He won't be able to come forward. He's only going to be able to go back. He will go back here, 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 or there. My reasonable guess is he's going to go towards where there's more protection. So that's c2. After that move, I can go to f2, fork the rook and queen if I really wanted to. But I'm going to think about bringing my queen out to g4, g5. And then follow up with my bishop to e6 to stop the king from coming back through here. Okay, so that's the idea for that one. Oh, I thought he fell for it. Damn it, son of a mother. Oh, I almost took the pawn thinking that he blocked it. So, okay. So this guy pushed his knight out, attacking my queen. This is one of the most frustrating parts. I am so close to mating his freaking king. His rook is useless because it won't be able to get out until he moves the king or moves the pawn. But if he had, instead of moving the knight, pushed the bishop in front of the queen, for example, it would have been over. Queen takes, pawn check, bishop in front of the king. Queen takes, bishop, checkmate. Well, it was worth a try. Now I have just to be careful. Knight can take there, there. This knight can take here, which I wanted to take the queen back to. I think I can't put the queen there because the bishop would take. Okay, so I'm going to put the queen there, and now he has to do something about this knight. It's being attacked by the pawn. Yes, it's defended, but it's worth taking the knight with a pawn to have a pawn taken back. So far, a knight's worth 3 pawns. I mean, a bishop's worth 3 pawns. So I'm 4 pawns down. But I have 2, so I'm only 2 pawns down. Okay, so that's where we're going for that. Oh, goody, it's this one. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This was the one I was most excited about last night. He actually moved the king forward. Wow, he's brave. And I think that's the best move too, because look, if I bring the knight up and give check, bishop takes knight, queen takes back, king takes. Oh my god, I've won his rook. No, oh have I? No, because king can go right next to the king, protecting the. Oh, nitty gritty stuff again. So go check. Looks great, but bishop takes knight, queen takes bishop, king takes knight, and if I go here, check, king goes right here, that's the end of the attack. It needs a bishop up. But this whole line of pawns, look at it, my pawn defenses. This one pawn is so strong just because it's got behind every single pawn. It's got behind the defense line. Okay, so we gotta think of something else. I don't want to put the knight on there. Same reason. Okay. He can't move that rook either. His next move, if I don't do anything here, is rook to g8 attack the knight. Then I'm gonna have to move it. So let's look. The answer's here somewhere. Ooh. I see it now. Okay, so what I plan on doing is rook to e1. This looks absolutely crazy. I know. Rook g8. Because the whole thing is, I gotta waste a move. That's. I can't do anything here just yet. Because, like I said, the king will go there, and I can't do anything. So I gotta waste a move. Rook e1. Gets my rook into the center, and it has the threat of coming up and to the side. Why would that be important? For this reason. Rook here. Knight here, like I said, check. He can't go anywhere except king into f8, and he really, really doesn't want to do that. Because if we did here, that would be checkmate. No, it won't. He can go to here. But again, he wouldn't. That's just bad. So rook e1, rook king e1 to the. Just so you understand, since both these rooks can get to the same square, this is where you put where the original square came from. So rook f to e1. If I move the queen, it's rook to e1. It'd be rook a to the e1. Or if they just put it here, a1, e1. Officially, it's r a1 to dash e1. But this is better. Okay, so he does this. Knight to that check. Bishop takes. Queen takes. If king takes knight, queen goes there check. King to a6, rook up, and there's a threat of checkmate right here. And this time it is checkmate because can't go back, can't go there, can't go forward. Checkmate. However, I did see from looking at that there was another possibility. Bishop takes, queen takes, rook takes, check. His bishop, I know he's a piece ahead, but it's useless. Depending which way his king goes, would tell me which way he plans on threatening my queen with. So if he goes there and put the rook across, I would just go in the corner and give check. So it would be better to do this with the queen. Then I can't go and give check because the king would take. If he goes here, then it'd be okay. It'd be stupid for him to go queen there, because I'll go queen to d8 check. So I would know he would mean to do this, because I can't give check on d8 or h8, and I would have to retreat. So I gotta hope, and I got a feeling that he would, because oops, I got a feeling that he would because the that's just what I would do. So okay, let's go. Oh dear, looks like my internet's out. An internet connection is really helpful when playing Red Harpoon. Okay, there we go. So if we can bring this up again. So I gotta hope that when he does this, I do that. That he's gonna take like that. So okay. So my move is rook f to e1. So that's that game over with for now. Okay, so with this game, I still got 4 games waiting. So with this game, he's taken the pawn on f7 with his rook. He's threatening an exposed check and checkmate. However, the rook is protected. This looks like it's a dangerous threat, but it's not. It's not at all because the numbers don't add up. Because if I put the king there to protect this pawn from the knight, Rook takes rook, bishop takes rook. If queen takes knight, queen takes queen, check. I can also, however, get my bishop into the game. Rook takes rook, check. King goes into the corner. Rook takes rook. He wins a rook. Two rooks, actually. No. Rook takes rook. King takes rook. And queen doesn't have to take gold there because knight takes. And then my king's stuck out in the open. So if I did something like bishop to g4, rook takes rook, check. King takes rook. Knight takes h7, check. King would move out the way. His bishop can come to f7, giving check again, or bring his queen out. If he does, I have the discovered threat on his queen as well as check. So that's not the best move. I gotta think here because this is crucial. This guy's rating's like 1600, so he's no fool. So he's got a little bit of a good rating on him, so I gotta give him some respect. See, if I put the bishop there, it stops him castling queenside. Because he can't castle to check, remember? But I gotta be careful of this. Because the knight's also blocking his queen from coming out and being really dangerous. Okay, so let's think before we leap. I'm thinking about this. Attacks the square f2 with my bishop and queen supporting the attack on f2. Only his queen attacking that, defending the square. And currently now the rook. Rook takes rook. Double check. So I have to move the king. So I now rook a piece. He could just castle, but he would be a fool to do so. Because if he castled, then I would do bishop there. And he's lost his queen. So, stops him castling. So knight there, rook takes, king takes. If queen comes out to here, then I'm in trouble. A lot of trouble. Yeah, check. With threader mate on there. And not able to get out of it. I can't move the king anywhere. So the only way to stop mate check. Yeah, that doesn't work. So I would have to do this to stop the mate. Then he could castle. And I would be bishop and knight and queen, bishop and the knight and queen. That's a little bit close, too close to call. If I do bishop first, this, he can't bring his queen out, which was the threat before. So he would do this. I have to go this way. And I don't see too much advantage to White's attack. His knight has become extremely weak on this side. His king's exposed in the center and can't go anywhere. Even if queen goes there, this is dangerous because if the queen goes there, I can go here, check. King can't really move anywhere. He can go here, and he can move to d2, but that's not really a good idea with your queen on trial. He can just take back. So that's not a good idea at all. So that's going to be his next move. Oops. Okay, so I think after due diligence, that if I do that, he has this bishop checks. He's going to do this. I'm going to do that. You can't. It's going to do this with double check. He can force a draw with this repetitive check. So I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so that's going to be our move. Okay, so with this game, 3 games to go. Push this bishop back, protecting the pawn. These two are now impenetrable. Now I can go ahead and chase this knight away, bishop away. But before I do that, I'm attacking his knight, but his queen is backing him up. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Get the piece developed. Okay, this one. Okay, this is the one that moves 3 pieces in a row. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack his knight. This one, he's coming down here. Well, that's bad. Because now he's lost. Look at this. He thinks he's going to attack my rook. Queen here, check. Automatically wins the bishop. Once again, I'm smelling blood. Oh, that was a nice easy one, thankfully. Okay, so this guy replied back already. Good. You see now why? Now the knight's in the way. If the queen and bishop right there are castled, bishop takes, it could become very ugly. And now because of that, I could reinforce the h7 square and that knight, so that opening is blocked and defended. But that would allow his knight to come in the center of the board. So, okay, let's go ahead and do it. Okay, and that's the last of the games. Okay, so tune in again for tomorrow, and I will continue with the updates. Fifi says bye. She wants it to be fed, so I gotta go and feed her. Thank you for joining me, and see you tomorrow, guys.